You've identified a product to sell on Amazon, and now it's time for you to create the perfect listing. One of the hardest things to do is to figure out who your customer is and how to sell your product to that customer using your words. Let's get started. If this is your first time watching a video on this channel, hi, my name is Crystal and I'm the founder of Amazon Sellers Society. If you need help starting your very own Amazon business right here in the Middle East, reach out to our team on our website, www.assmiddleeast.org. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel so you never miss another video. Like this video, leave me a comment. What is the hardest thing for you when it comes to creating a listing on Amazon? Now, to learn a little bit more how you can get more sales, more customers, and beat your competitors on Amazon using an optimized listing, let's jump to my interview with Emma, the CEO and founder of Marketing by Emma. So Emma, how to get more sales and more customers using words. So people, when they start off on Amazon, either, if this is their first time selling something on Amazon and e-commerce, or if they are currently selling, one of the toughest things is for someone to figure out their messaging. Potentially, the great thing about Amazon is that you don't really need to be an expert in order to sell. You don't have to be an expert in the product in order to sell it. That's the cool thing. But copywriting is very important. The words that you use are very important, and you are gonna help us. Before we get started, let everybody know who you are. I followed your journey for a very long time, and I'm super excited to have you on the channel. So just tell everybody a little bit of a background. Why are you so in love with words?
That's a long and complex question for which I'm not sure we have the time to answer. But my name's Emma Shermer Tamir. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Marketing by Emma, and we help people create conversion spiking copy for their e-commerce businesses. Not just a matter of trying to sell the product, but really digging in and understanding how can you connect with customers on a deeper level? How can you connect around something that's more than just using sort of this over-the-top language of we're the best and most innovative, and not really having anything of substance that's deeper than that. And I think what's so valuable about this conversation is also a lot of times when people are wanting to get more sales, their first sort of gut instinct is, let me do more advertising. Let me go to social media. Let me go to PPC. Let me drive traffic. And yes, that can help more sales. But if you're not making sure that wherever you're sending those people to is optimized, then you're essentially just throwing money away. Because if your conversion rate's at 10%, then why would you want to start paying for a lot of traffic and only converting 10% of it?
Perfect.
So that's why it's so important to get this right and to be constantly seeing what you can do to make your sales pages better, whether it is an Amazon listing, whether it's your own website, no matter what platform you're selling on, your words really serve as the salesperson. They're the only way that you really have to be able to communicate who you are, what makes your product so special, why should people want this? And so you need to do all of that. Yet you also need to do it in a way that's going to be easily skimmable, that's going to make it quick for people to be able to find that need to know information. And so there's a lot that you have to navigate within a pretty limited space. So it looks easier than it is.
So let's get stuck into it. Let's say I just finished my product hunting phase. I found a product and I'm just about to start. I listed it and now I'm just about to launch it. I need to obviously optimize the listing first. What is your thought process to creating the right words to sell a product?
Yeah, so I think one of the first mistakes that a lot of people make is they feel like in order to write the listing, they just need to open up a blank Word document and start writing, and they maybe have their list of rules that they need to follow. They should have a list of keywords. And the problem is that if you do that, then you may not have a strong enough sense of direction and a clear enough sense of who you are and who you're selling to and where you fit into the ecosystem. And so before you sit down to write, it's really important to spend some time doing some thinking and strategizing so that you're really able to create a conversation. And a conversation always requires at least two people. So there's one person on one side and one person on the other side. And so even though this is just a static page, you still want to be facilitating a conversation. And so that requires an understanding of who you are and want to be as a business. And that requires an understanding of who it is that you're trying to sell to. And I think especially when you're just starting out, that who you want to sell to and who you are, those are questions that can be really scary because it requires some bravery to also say who you're not and who your customers are and to really narrow that down. And that can be challenging because, you're thinking, I'm just launching this product. I don't have any reviews. I don't have any customers. Why would I limit who I can sell to? But the problem by not doing that is the less focused you are, the more sort of bland and empty everything that you write is. Like if you're trying to sell your kids' product to every single person that engages with a child, be it somebody that has a daycare or somebody that's a parent who's 20 or somebody that's a parent who's 40 and living in New York City and is highly educated. And, those are the types of degrees of detail that you want to start digging into. Because when you start to say, okay, this is a highly educated parent, that both of the parents are working, they really care about their impact on the world, and sustainability is an element that's really valuable to them. They are also very concerned about what materials they may be exposing their children to. They want to make sure that they are helping to facilitate early childhood development even before the kid is speaking. I mean, that sounds like, whoa, are we going too deep? But when you do that, then you're able to have a more meaningful conversation. And so if that's who you're trying to sell to, if that's who your product is going to resonate with the most, then you're going to be able to make them far more excited. But also what that does is, okay, you have the highly educated parents that care about X, Y, and Z. Maybe they're sort of held up as model parents, if you will. And so if they are the ones that are starting to buy your product, then your circle can start getting bigger because people will look to them in aspiration and will want to follow what these people are doing because they feel like they've done the research. They really know what to care about. And so even though they don't immediately fall in that circle, you can still eventually expand your reach beyond that. But if you don't have a point of view, then you'll never get those first people that are so important.
So it's basically scary. The reason why I'm smiling is because we all have those types of people in our life, either friends or family, where, if so-and-so bought this type of this product, then it must be fantastic.
Yes.
So there's always, or if so-and-so went to a certain restaurant, then it must be one of the best restaurants. So that's why I was smiling, because you're 100% right. So you shouldn't, so a seller shouldn't be worried about, oh no, maybe I'm being too specific, because start being specific, get all of that network of people who are going to be, who are going to resonate with your listing. And then you're going to naturally start to expand and get other tiers or levels of customers. But it's better than just trying to be general. Like anybody who buys a product on Amazon can buy my product. That's just too much. That's just too general.
Yes. Well, and also, I think something that sellers don't spend enough time doing is really contemplating what the experience is like for somebody that's shopping on Amazon.
Yeah. You kind of forget how to be a customer, because you focus so much on being a seller and all the technical aspects that come with it and all the ups and downs, that you completely forget how somebody buys a product from Amazon. So yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And so if you think about that, then first of all, shopping on Amazon, one of the things that makes it so great is also one of the things that can make it kind of stressful and overwhelming, which is that it has an abundance of products.
Yes.
So let's say that you're shopping for a new computer mouse. You're going to have thousands of results of computer mice. And so if you're just kind of trying to be wide reaching, then you're not also giving customers something specific to make a decision on. So if you're looking at a bunch of products and they all seem exactly the same, then you're forced as a customer in some ways to choose on factors that may not have price, reviews, or just something else that's sort of arbitrary, like you like the look of the picture the best. And none of those are actually
that. As a seller, you want to try not to be compared based on those metrics, because you want to try to be able to sell at whatever price you want to sell. Yeah, maybe you're just starting out, you don't have as many reviews as someone else, so you want to try to avoid that. Got it.
Yeah. And so by being more specific, that's also going to translate into your keyword strategy. So if you're, anything that you're putting on Amazon, you want to make sure that there's a keyword strategy behind it. That's sort of the skeleton of your listing.
Yes.
And the broader that you are with your keywords, the more general they are. That is kind of the same sort of experience that you're going to run into if you're too wide and broad with the listing copy itself, which is those keywords are going to be more competitive. They're going to be more expensive. They're going to be harder to gain traction on. And they're also going to be less descriptive of what your product is. Like, let's just go back to the computer mouse.
Yeah.
So more generally, like one of the most general terms that you could search for would just be computer accessory, which there's a whole variety of different accessories that would fall into that. So that's more of a product research or product discovery keyword than a true high buying intent where somebody knows what they want and they're going there because they want to make a purchase now. So then we could just say, okay, mouse. That's more specific because it's describing that product in particular, but it's still kind of vague. Are we looking for a mouse that works with both PC and Apple? Are we looking for a wireless mouse? Are we looking for a mouse that requires batteries, or is it rechargeable? Is it like a magic mouse or whatever it's called, where it's just like mouse,
with a trackpad?
Right. So then it's more similar to like what you would get with a laptop and has some of that ease and functionality. Like all of those details start to actually more clearly describe your product. And so it will be paralleled with your copy. So you want to be looking for those medium and longer tail keywords that are going to have less competition. They're going to be more highly relevant to what your product is. And so go through that same journey with creating your listing of being as specific as possible. Yeah. And so if you understand your customer and who you're really selling to, you understand yourself and who you really want to be as a business, but you do still need to have an understanding of the competitive landscape that you're selling in. So once you have those two things clear, then it is time to go and look at who are your competitors. When you type in some of those search terms that you're going to be going after, what sort of results are you seeing on the page? And how can you differentiate yourself from everything else you're seeing? Like, what makes you special? And it might be something to do with the actual design of your product. It could be something that all of the other products have, but just nobody's really talking about.
Focusing on it. Yeah.
Or it could be something that is really more values based, that is, what you're committed to as a company or what your customers care about that may not have anything to do with the product itself. And so all of those things can be points of differentiation, but you need to be clear about how those relate to the other options so that you can present yourself in a way that's not going to just look like, every other listing on the first 10 pages of Amazon.
Thank you so much, Emma, for all of your insight and your knowledge. Of course, I'm going to leave all of your details in the description box of the video, but how can people reach out to you and learn a little bit more? I know you have amazing content everywhere, but where is the primary place for people to reach out to you?
Well, first of all, thank you. That's so nice of you. Our website, marketingbyemma.com, has all of our contact details. So whether you prefer to communicate via WhatsApp or email, something else that we offer is a free listing analysis. So if you do think that you might have a conversion problem, or you're not sure what the problem is, or you don't think there's a problem, but you just want to see if there's room to do even better, right on our website, you can just fill out a simple form and we'll follow up via email with some of our primary observations, and you can take those and implement them yourself. Perfect. Or if you'd like our help, then we can also help with that.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Emma.
Thank you, Crystal. This was wonderful.
Thanks. Thank you so much, Emma, and the Marketing by Emma team. Make sure that you reach out to Emma. All of her details and all of the details of her company are in the description box of this video. I'll see you in another video with more information. Bye.